What's going on, guys? Super excited for today's video because Shorty's drop kit finally came in. I ended up going with the McGaughy Deluxe kit, which is a 3 to 5 or 4 to 6 adjustable drop. I think we're going to be shooting for that 4 to 6. I think it's going to be the perfect look. Hopefully we don't have any issues with the truck going that low because it is four-wheel drive. But one last look of Shorty leveled on the mud graps. I'm definitely gonna miss it. I know some of y'all are as well, but man, it's gonna be a awesome transformation going from this leveled on 35s look to hopefully by the end sitting on a 4 to 6 drop. I am stoked for our first lower build. It's gonna be freaking awesome, and we are just getting started, obviously. So I'll catch it with y'all bright and early. We'll get these unboxed, get this install started. So here's our complete kit laid out. We got the 2-inch drop spindles, adjustable front shocks, rear shocks, and then all the hardware for the flip kit. Not that many pieces, hopefully not gonna be a bad install. A lot of people wanted to see me go with the rear first, so we're gonna go ahead and get that knocked out, then we'll tackle the front. We're literally like 2 seconds in, we've already got a hang up. So of course you have to remove the leaf spring in order to do the flip kit. The previous owner got his exhaust done and they welded the hangers on the inside of the hitch assembly, so I can't even drop it. I'm happy, are you happy? Took the spare tire out, was able to lower the hitch enough after cutting this bolt and getting access to get our bolt out of the lower shackle, chop the extra piece off it as well, just like that bolt. And then you can put it in this way, it won't hit that, and then you can just have your nut right there, and you'll never have to take that back off to swap your shackle. So got that done. Now it is time to actually begin. We're gonna take our U-bolts off, and then we can take the leaf spring free. I do believe. Totally forgot to mention, but I got the truck supported by jack stands on the frame, and then I have some more jack stands holding the rear end up. Now these are gonna be 13/16. Obviously, I've already taken mine apart. Push that bolt. Well, I guess we don't even have to. We can just pull it to the side. Just don't drop that on your toe. And it's going underneath. I got to go to the freaking store and get a C-clamp because we got to clamp this thing down to take this off and flip that onto the bottom, but this is holding the leaf pack together, so got to clamp that down so that it doesn't. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get done with the rear today. I'm going to try to go ahead and cut those rivets off. There's one bolt, so it's 3 rivets, 1, 2, 3, and 1 bolt holding that on. Might be one on the bottom. Hopefully I don't have to take the freaking, do I? Oh my gosh, there's another rivet there. I'm gonna have to take the freaking hitch assembly back off. Holy crap. Well, that honestly went a lot smoother than I was expecting. Got all 3 of the rivets knocked off. Got to drop the hitch assembly and get that bottom one to complete it. There's also a 15 mil up there, but basically I just used that to cut a X in the heads and then use this with a hammer and pop them right off. And I've already wedged it in there. It's loose. Just got to get that bottom rivet off. Then we'll get this hanger out. Hopefully the little pieces in the middle will just pop through. And then we'll be ready to hang our new ones. Still got to cut this guy off, but making some progress. That was definitely not easy by myself, but I was able to lower the rear axle low enough and push it over to the passenger side enough to pull the leaf spring around it, and now it is below. So I had to take this guy off, this mount up here, same on the other side, and just freaking manhandle it and hope it didn't break anything. Oh, also took this guy down for the e-brake. Like I said, I just grabbed it down here, pulled it over, compressed it a little bit just to squeeze it a little flatter so I could get it over this drum, which why this truck has drum brakes, I don't know. Yeah, that is a huge accomplishment. So we don't have to drop the gas tank because it's, I think, full. we are rapidly running out of daylight, but I have gotten a lot done. So let me catch y'all up to speed. So last y'all saw, I was swapping the bolt on the leaf pack. Got that done. Got our passenger side leaf spring up under the axle. Got our new bracket. It just sits on here on the little dowel. You see that? It goes skinny side to the back of the truck. Got our new U-bolt bracket sitting right here. Drilled the hole on the back portion of this. And then got this bump stop mounted. You can see over there where the hole is drilled on the back portion. So you can get the lock, washer, and nut up underneath there. Then tighten it down. Got our new hangers in for the shackle. Got to put this underneath here and do our U-bolts. But before I can do that, I got to cut the bump stops out because there's no way it's going to fit. I got to cut these babies out, which is going to be a huge pain in the butt. But I'm going to get that knocked out. Going to get this raised back up, mounted up with our factory shackle. And the only thing left after that would just be the shock brackets, which I can do after the truck is rolling. So going to try to get it knocked out before that sun goes all the way under the trees and it gets like 50 degrees out here and dark with only that little light to help me through the night. Well, for those that wanted to see it squatted, there you go, looking absolutely insane. It's like a 2-inch leveling kit in the front, I would guess, and now we're on a 6-inch drop in the rear. Not true 6-inch yet because I didn't have time to cut the bump stops off. I just cut the rubber parts off. And I didn't even cut them fully off on this side, and it's sitting on it. I can try to show y'all. Yeah, so it's sitting on it right now. So it's not even fully dropped. It looks wild. The other side's a little bit more because I did cut the complete rubber part off of it. Gonna have to take the graps off the rear because once we do drop the front, the pitch of the truck is gonna change and the graps would be under the fender and then we wouldn't be able to get them off. So gotta swap them out for something, but I know there were some people that wanted to see it squatted. So yeah, if you don't want a tall truck, but you want a squatted truck, 2-inch in the front, -6 in the rear, there you go. All right, ladies and gents, let's get this front end knocked out. Screwdriver in your rotor, then you got a 36 mil axle nut. Make sure you get the washer out as well. 10 mil for our ABS and brake line bracket. For our sway bar end link, we got 11/16 up top and a 15 mil on the bottom. Got two 18 mils holding our brake calipers on. We're going to strap this guy up out of the way. Just let it hang right there. Let's go ahead and take our rotor set screw out. Hopefully we don't strip it. Thank goodness. Put this back at your own discretion. 13/16 for the tie rod. It's a S25 for the ABS bolt. $15 mil top and bottom to get that strut out. And in our case, we'll slide our little leveling kit out and then drop the strut right down beside the axle. And just spiral it on out of there. Back. he goes. Once you remove your carter pins, you got 11/16 for the upper ball joint and a 7/8 for the lower ball joint. And drop it out. Got 350 mils holding the spindle onto the hub. All right, so on our new spindle, we've got to install this stud. So we're gonna go ahead and throw some Loctite on here. And start threading it in. Now the instructions say 25 pounds is the torque specs. Does not say inch pounds, does not say foot pounds, just 25 pounds. After that, we've got to trim our dust shield. So we're basically going to be cutting this corner off so that we have plenty of room for our caliper to mount. Go ahead, throw our dust shield on there. Take our hub, line it up appropriately. You just got to work that work the hub on that spindle, or on the spindle, while going past that stud, which can be a little tricky. There we go, perfect. Do not use an impact or an air tool on this cast. It might break it per the instructions. On the four-wheel drive models, you got to cut the extra threading off of the upper ball joint because it'll actually make contact with your axle boot. All right, time for the real fun, which I've already had to go and get my second set of these, the ones I got from Advance. Literally the thread stripped out of the head. And left me kind of stranded, so I picked up a set from O'Reilly's that was in much better condition. We have 2 rings on there. That's supposed to give us an additional 2-inch drop. Whereas if you put more rings, it's less of a drop, or you take these out, it's more of a drop. Got the little plate right there, that guy. Let's line it up. Oh, we gotta charge the battery. I'll get this knocked out and catch back up with y'all. And you do have to transfer these over from your old struts to your new ones. I know I didn't film everything going back together, but all is done. It is finally time to get this thing off the jack stands and sit it on the ground. All right, guys, well, here it is with the full McGaughy Deluxe 4 to 6 inch drop. I think it looks absolutely killer. Obviously a little bit bizarre on the Trail Boss stock wheels and tires, but these were the shortest tires that I had, so we had to throw them on. And I actually dig the freaking black wheels on here. First time we've had black wheels on something in a long time. Kind of got me thinking about running 22, maybe 24 inch black reps. Never ran a black rep, but y'all let me know if you think that'd be a good idea, or what else you think we should run. Should we run some like 12 wides on here? Should we go a little more race trucky? I mean, it's got that kind of race truck stance. It's a little bit lower in the front, which I might end up going down another inch in the rear. We can do it. Honestly, we could have probably just kept the factory shackle mount in there and done the full 7 inch and saved us some time, but this is set at 4 to 6. So 2 rings in the front paired with the 2 inch drop spindles, and then 6 inch in the rear. That's with the new shackle mounts set in the highest position. So yeah, it sits pretty good, but like I said, could go maybe an inch lower in the back, and I might end up doing that. It's so crazy different from when we began this video, sitting leveled out on the mud grabs. It was so tall in comparison. I should have measured it to see exactly what it went, because I guess it's supposed to be a 4.6 from stock, but we were 2 inch level in the front and no blocks. So I know a lot of y'all been yelling at me saying, de-grandpa-fied this thing, and it's coming soon. I just had to wait till we lowered it. That's literally the first mod we've done to this thing, is lowered it. So I want to do that first, and then we can do everything building off of that, being the first lowered build on the channel. We had to get that out first. Surprisingly, these fit with very minimal rubbing. I can turn full lock and it just barely rubs on the back right there a little bit. These tires are shot. They have tread, but they have no traction, which maybe we'll do a burnout in the following video. Definitely gotta go get on alignment soon. Dude, look at this little thing. I'll have an updated video once we get some good miles on it, how it drives and all that kind of stuff. Fitment is pretty freaking good. Like I said, I kind of like this setup on there, as weird as it is. I kind of do like it. The headlights are killing me, no tint's killing me, but it is all coming. I wanted to show our CV axles because they said don't go 4.6 because you could have CV axle binding and grinding. So far, so good. I've put it in full drive. It runs, pulls. I've been driving it a good bit. No issues so far. Our CV axles are pointed up. As you see, they're not flat. They are up. Probably about like they were, just opposite with the leveling kit. This way, now this way. So we'll just have to see, but so far so good. Probably couldn't go any lower. It'd be a pretty harsh angle, which I don't know if the geometry is the same, if you can go as steep downward as you can, you know, because you can go pretty high with a leveling kit and not run into any issues with it binding, but it might not be the case when you're going low. I don't know, but she's thick. I like it. It's so different. You just literally I just sit down now. There's no jumping, there's no hopping, there's none of that required. You just slide off in this thing and take off. Yeah, you can see kind of the height difference there. Fitment in the front, I am very happy with. Obviously, this is not the permanent wheel and tire setup, but I think we are going to have to go an inch lower in the back, which we can definitely do. We can put those factory shackle mounts back on using the bolts that came with this kit. I just cut the, whatever they are, the heads off of those bolts. Yeah, dude, she's freaking crispy. And if you're one of those that's like, I can't believe you lowered it, or I can't believe you're lowering a 4-wheel drive truck, man, just try to branch out, try to enjoy something different. It's going to be fun. It's going to swap up the content, and I think this thing is going to be a beast. I got my long tubes in for it already. I've been dousing our manifold bolts. I think I've done it 3 days now, getting those prepped, so hopefully we don't have any bolts snap off in the head, just like Chomper had, like, I think, what was it, 4 of them. Turned into a freaking nightmare. So what took the longest with the kit was just cutting come on, unblur. Cutting that factory bump stop out, that took forever. Definitely buy a specialized blade or whatever you're going to use to cut that off, because I didn't, and it cost me a lot of time doing it with what I had. That was literally the hardest part of the kit. Well, probably the leaf springs. Passenger side, that was a little difficult, but it's nothing too crazy. Definitely more involved than the typical leveling kit, but not as involved as like the FTS full lift kit I put on the Duramax. Wasn't that involved. That took longer by far, but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna quit rambling. Hopefully you enjoyed. Comment down below. Let me know. I'll see y'all on the next one.